Leave it to John Tortorella to do John Tortorella-like things. Last time we spoke about this, we had the entire, Pierre-Luc Dubois is getting benched because he's not looking like he's trying out there, and he's requested a trade, and now he is sent out, and Patrik Laine is the big, star-studded goal-scoring Finnish winger coming over to take over the reins in Columbus. But it only took 4 games, and now, yeah, he got benched too. How funny is that? So this was a huge story yesterday. I'm actually kind of surprised how big this story got, because it seemed like everybody and their mother was talking about Patrik Laine and John Tortorella benching him. Let's just go over the context of what happened, because yesterday the Columbus Blue Jackets ended up playing the Carolina Hurricanes. The final score of the game, it was 3-2 Columbus, so the Blue Jackets actually ended up winning, and Patrik Laine's last shift of the game came with about 6 minutes left in the second period. This was a shift where he was out there and he kind of just stood in the defensive zone after the Hurricanes won an offensive zone draw. And he kind of just watched as Brock McGinn took the puck in right in front of Laine and buried it into the open cage. That was with about 6 minutes left in the second period, and that was it. That was it. Patrik Laine played 14 shifts in this game. In the first period, he played 9 shifts. In the second period, he played 5. His average time on ice in total for all the shifts combined, it was about 48 seconds apiece. You have to note that the last shift he had was above average. It was a 1 minute and 2 second shift, and he wasn't played for the entirety of the third period, nor the remainder of the second period after that. And this was an absolutely huge deal, because we had so many quotes from people out there who were in the Columbus organization kind of explaining what was going on. Take a look at this. This is from Jeff Zaboda. A lot of people will want to know about neither Laine nor Kukan playing in the final period plus. Here is what John Tortorella had to say about it. That's going to stay in-house, he says. I know you guys are going to try to work me on that and get me to tell you why it happened. It wasn't because of the missed assignment. There's a number of things that come into play with that will stay in the locker room. It's what I feel I need to do. The last thing I want to do is bench a player. But as I answered your first question, we're just disjointed in all areas. Quite honestly, both on and off the ice. It's an easy thing to bench a player. Honestly, that's the last thing I want to do, but I think if I need to do it, then I'll do it. I did it with Patrik Laine, and I felt I needed to do it with Cooks. I don't know if it's Cooks or Kooks, my bad, where he was just struggling bad. This came in from last game too. Cooks has been giving us some really good hockey, but the last couple of games, it's been a struggle. How will Laine handle this? The question was. Tortorella says, I don't know. We have a day off tomorrow. I'm sure Patty and I will talk, and I know you think it's a big thing. I think it's part of the process of understanding our team concept, how we do things here, the discipline of being a pro, all that stuff that comes into play. I'm still learning. We have, I think, 6 or 7 new players here that we are trying to filter into a standard of play and culture that I'm darn proud of. How we've gone about it the last 3 to 4 years. I'm proud of how we present ourselves, and it's been a little bit of a struggle to get to that standard this year, and things happen in trying to get everybody there. Through hell or high water, I love that phrase by the way, I'm going to try and find a new way to get us to that tightness, with a lot of new bodies coming in here, and understanding the standard and the culture that we want. So that's a long-winded answer that pretty much just says there's a way we want Blue Jacket hockey to be played, and Laine wasn't playing it. So that's why we benched him. The real reason, the specifics of it, it's not revealed, doesn't actually get said here. He says it'll remain in the locker room, but this was posted out and everybody was just kind of piling over it like, this is what you're doing, you're benching your star players, yada yada yada, that's why people don't want to play in Columbus. Like, there was a lot of people throwing a whole bunch of stuff and mud around when it comes to the comments made over here. At the end of the day, I don't really think the Blue Jackets care because they won, but regardless, here's some other quotes from other people in the Blue Jackets organization. This is what Cam Atkinson said. He will be the first to admit it. He just has to be better. Plain and simple, and he knows it. So expect him to have a good game next game. He also said this, if you're not giving 100% and looking like you're trying, Tortorella is going to sit you. It's no secret. It goes for everybody, myself included. I've been that guy plenty of times. And so, just the way these comments come out here, from Cam Atkinson himself, you know, he's a pretty good Columbus Blue Jacket. He's been there for a long time, you know. He's been through the ups, he's been through the downs, he's been a pretty consistent point producer. If there's anybody out there who's going to come out and say, yeah, Tortorella's kind of right, he has a system that he wants the Blue Jackets to be able to play, it's probably Cam Atkinson, right? Although the big question is, though, people saw this and they're like, okay, if you're not trying 100%, you're going to get benched. What about Seth Jones? Why hasn't that guy gotten benched yet? That guy hasn't really been playing all too well this year. And that's coming from a player who a lot of people thought was Norris caliber the previous few years. He's been in a different realm this season. Same with Zach Werenski. These two have not been performing to the same standard. If you're going to have that, oh, you're not trying 100% kind of thing, why are these guys still playing? Why is it only the shoddy forwards who got traded for each other that are getting this treatment, or they're actually getting benched? I guess Dean Cookin also got it too, but Laine and Dubois, these guys coming out here and actually getting benched by Torts in the system. My question to you is, though, based off of what we saw in the last play for Laine, do you think it was appropriate to go that far? Keep in mind, Laine, in 4 games played for the Blue Jackets, has 3 goals, so he has legitimately been a goal-scoring machine in the limited time he's been playing for the Blue Jackets, but he's in a position where after one play where he was standing around, not doing anything as the guy in front of him took the puck and he scored, he got benched for the remaining 26 minutes of ice time. Do you think that's appropriate? And if not, what would you have changed? Would you have just been like, okay, you're benched for the end of the second period, and then we're going to have a conversation in the locker room, we'll talk it out, and then all of a sudden you're back to playing normal shifts in the third. Or we'll bench you for a little bit more than that. We're going to take you out and just hold you off until, I don't know, maybe the 5 or 7-ish minute mark in the third period, and then for the remaining 14 minutes we'll use you like normal again. Almost to the point that you can make the argument that we're saving Patrik Laine until the end of the game when the goals actually matter. Because the way that Tortorella is presenting it, I mean, they don't care. They won. Like, it's fine for the Blue Jackets. It's just everybody out there who is talking about, oh, is Laine going to want to sign a long-term extension if this kind of thing continues on? That's the kind of thing I'm worried about, because I don't want to make it seem like Patrik Laine was whining or anything about his time in Winnipeg, because he certainly wasn't. But the reports that came out of that system where he wasn't really treated all too well definitely are concerning to me, because this is a guy who has so much talent that if he doesn't want to play in Columbus, he's going to play anywhere else, and he's going to get big money anywhere else. So for the Blue Jackets, let me know in the comments if you think the way this was handled was correct, appropriate, or if you would have done things differently. I'd be very interested in seeing what you think, because of course, Patrik Laine has a lot of talent and he already has a whole bunch of goals. It's just the benching. Yeah, that's what he's going to have to get used to now. There's a reason why a lot of people after seeing this were like, okay, of course, finally it happens. It took him 4 games, but he finally got benched by John Tortorella. That's just kind of a sentiment to how this whole situation has unfolded thus far with Pierre-Luc Dubois and the relationship with the benching over there, hasn't it? So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. So I and bye.